Well, Jim, welcome to the third annual Cleveland Peacemakers Alliance dinner. It's always good when you come back and speak to the men and women who work so hard throughout the year, trying to make change, trying to stop gang shootings and stop retaliation, and people who really fight for better education in our inner cities. And it's a difficult process and takes a lot of work and always not enough money. But they really appreciate when you have an opportunity to come and speak and tell them what a good job they've done and let them hear from someone who has the kind of credibility in this business all over America because of all of the work you've done with AmeriCAN. So we really appreciate you coming here today.
Well, I appreciate you, Reggie, and all of the workers here in Cleveland. And I give a shout out to the mayor because he's done a great job having you as president of the coalition and the Cleveland Foundation that have been tremendously supportive. But my message today is about an example in the 60s when we had a summit here in Cleveland of the top black athletes in the country. And upon our request, they all showed up and they backed Muhammad Ali's position on not going into the service because of his religious beliefs. And in our conference with him, we found him to be totally credible. And when we came out as a collective group and told America that we would back this man, so he was no longer alone. Today I find myself calling on you and all the American presidents across this country and all the individuals who have a consciousness to collectively come together and show the world that there is a difference between charity and change. People think that to be charitable is what is needed, but historically all of us have been successful by those people that have fought their butts off to create change. And there's a major difference in the two. And today I find there is a groundswell of conversation going on a program when I talked about the great Kobe Bryant. Well, there's no problem about that talent, and Kobe is not responsible for anything other than what he can contribute to this particular kind of movement. But he has to understand that only through a collective effort can we bring about the change. Our kids are killing each other, and our schools are falling apart. And if we can stop the violence in our communities, and if we can upgrade the educational system in our communities, then we will be doing the job that we are supposed to do. So nothing personal against anybody, because in America you have a choice. But let's not have them put these false idols in front of us and have our kids following that leadership, which leads nowhere. You must follow the people. You must bring it to the people. So I applaud you, Reggie, and I applaud all of the workers across the country, and we have a lot of them.
Yeah. Jim, I'm glad you addressed that because I found myself on Cleveland radio today answering questions. And I think I have the answers because you and I have been doing this for a long time, and we talk a lot about the different cities and the issues in this country. Gang violence, black on black crime, children with no fathers, poor education, all of these kinds of things. And so many people think everything is good in America. Well, everything isn't good in America, and I've tried to tell the broader community, let's put it that way, that everything isn't good in America, and we need all hands on deck. We need everybody. Think about it. If you could get Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods, let's just go with those two. If you could have gotten those two to start speaking out, to start pressuring the powers that be, to start making sure that we have better books instead of better football fields. Now, you might say, well, you know, you're a product of sports. Yes, I am, but I'm a product first of education. And that's what I think we need in America, and we need all hands on deck. We need to call, if you will, Jim, another summit in the 2000s. And people ask me, well, who would lead it? I don't know who would lead it. That's not the point. The point is we have enough strength and manpower and personality power, and economic power, and influence power over these youngsters out here in the street, that if we call together the right people in America today, do you think we could have a summit similar to the one you called back in the 60s?
Well, absolutely. That's the game plan, because it's going to take a collective effort. And fortunately, we have Ray Lewis, who is an advocate, just as you and I are an advocate, and Reggie Howard, and I could go through a lot of different names. And we have a lot of conscientious owners and a lot of conscientious coaches that we can call on. So you're right. We need to have a summit and develop that collective power and snuff out this violence and upgrade the education and do the things that we as adult men in our society should do. And that doesn't exclude women, Reggie. It's just that we as fathers have to come home, because in the African American community, the missing ingredient is that the fathers have abandoned so many of their kids, and those kids are the ones that are taking it out on each other by defying death, killing each other, and feeling that it doesn't matter. We have to make it matter too.
I'm going to bring up a name, and I know that you're very fond of the young man, and you've met. He has great respect for you, and I think a lot of this is about respect and respecting each other, respecting what we've done. But when I was on that radio show today, I was asked about LeBron James, and I said, you know, Jim and LeBron have talked on several occasions. I know they respect each other. LeBron is the kind of person that, in my conversation with you, you said he knows his history. And I've seen him do things. I've seen him reach out to the city of Akron. I've seen him try to make a difference. And you know, that's the only one I know. So I said to the commentators today that, you know, I think LeBron James is trying to make a difference. I think he's trying to change. And if we could only reach out to these superstars of today and make them understand where we are and that we need them, we could really make a difference that counts.
Well, you're absolutely right. LeBron has made a difference. And here we are in Cleveland talking about LeBron.
Right.
That's not a popular subject, probably.
We don't care.
It makes no difference. He is a young man that have done a tremendous job. The championship that he won, his work as a team player. When you talk about team players, you talk about Larry Bird, you talk about Magic Johnson,
Yes.
you talk about LeBron, because we as athletes can recognize those who are unselfish, and he is an unselfish young man and has a tremendous lot of influence, and that influence can be used tremendously without infringing upon his private life and his ability to perform as a basketball player. But all of us who have become activists, who became activists at one time, could have opted to stay in the house rather than to get into the controversial area of the field. And I am reintroducing the house and the field.
Right.
And to those of you who do not understand that, study your history and always remember that Reggie Ruck and Jim Brown has never been in the house. We've always been in the field, and that's where the people are.
I know you've been very busy all day long here in Cleveland, and I'm not sure if you had a chance to read the tweet from Kobe Bryant or some of the other comments from Kobe Bryant. And if you have, I just want to get your thoughts, and if you didn't, let us know.
Well, yes, you know, my wife read me some of the quotes, and being a father, it seems like I have touched a nerve on this young man, because he is not just putting it aside. He's speaking up for himself and for the position that he takes in life. And that's a great quality, because once he joins the conversation, there's only one way he can go. So I'm happy to see that he is commenting and he is thinking, and he is taking this whole situation seriously. And you know, the funny thing about it all is that when he talks about me being much older, that is a real fact. I am 77 years old, going on 78, but my mind is like a 16-year-old. So I recognize the fact that we have struck a chord with him, and that's what I want to do. I want to strike a chord with the young people in this country, and particularly the young black fathers, to take our responsibility seriously and really let us deliver our neighborhoods. Let's have our neighborhoods be the cleanest, the safest. Let's take care of our mothers, our wives, our children. Let us stand up and be the men that we should be and stop making excuses and being these synthetic millionaires. And stop letting capitalists tell us that capitalism is the way to happiness. It hasn't been the way to happiness for them. And if 3 corporations rule the world and they're unhappy, why would I want to be a part of that? So, you know, that's my message to all the people out there. You know, I've never left home. And as I talked to you earlier about, the house is the house and the field is the field. And today we are now calling everybody out. Are you a part of the house or are you a part of the field? Are you a part of change or are you just a charitable person? In America, you know, it's freedom and you have your choice.